Smells like you just woke up again, I think, because you know it's noon and most of you guys are probably either in school or late for class, something like that. Welcome back to News at Noon, where we tell you today's latest stories at noon. That's why we call it News at Noon. All right, first story. Elon Musk has taken the initiative and will begin laying off staffers starting today, with an email being sent out to staff members of the privately owned social media corporation notifying its employees that Twitter will be reducing their global workforce on Friday. The email acknowledges that the decision being made is an unfortunate but necessary step to ensure the company's success moving forward. Yeah, right, Elon. I'm still waiting for my Roadster and my Cybertruck that you promised me like 2-3 years ago, so where has that been? Musk has, however, made it a point to advise its advertisers that they will comply with the Digital Service Act and prevent the platform from becoming a free-for-all hellscape. That won't stop Elon though, that little rascal. A great white shark has photobombed a poor surfer, preventing him from ever being uncool ever again. What a shame. Photographer Jordan Annis caught the shot of a lifetime when the great white shark flew out of the water right behind professional surfer Tyler Warren. Tyler later went on to ask Jordan if he could have a copy of the photo for his mom. What a sweetheart. The shark, however, did not recover a copy of the photo. Not sure why. I'm pretty sure the shark has to sign an NDA for the photographer to be able to use that, you know, whole legality. But I digress. I'm sure the mother would have been just as proud. Basketball player Kyrie Irvine has found himself suspended from playing for the Brooklyn Nets for a duration of 5 games for his failure to disavow anti-Semitism. After posting a link on his Twitter that led to an anti-Semitic documentary, Kyrie has found himself in hot water after attempting to defend his decision to keep the post up. After the suspension, simply responded with an "I didn't mean to cause any harm" kind of excuse in an attempt to make up for his decision. Kyrie offered a $500,000 donation towards anti-hate organizations, which is great, if only they accepted it along with the apology. Jonathan Greenblatt, CEO of the Anti-Defamation League, is quoted stating that they could not, in good conscience, accept the donation, because at the end of the day, Kyrie can always count on his good friend Kanye, who has supported his remarks through and through on his Twitter. Guess you can say Yeezy taught him. With midterms coming up this week, you bet Democrats are doing their darnest to keep that majority seat. States throughout the country have been getting a healthy dose of their blue pill, with Vice President Kamala Harris and ex-Secretary of State Hillary Clinton holding on rallies in New York, and our very own President Biden taking a trip down to New Mexico and Southern California to help bolster those gosh darn kids. With many current Democrats believing in private that the Republicans will, in fact, take the House. There does seem to be increased concerns for a red wave on the rise. Democrats need to hold a minimum of 218 seats in the House in order to maintain control. According to one Democratic House strategist, holding on to only around 200 of those seats would be considered a good night. Only time will tell, folks, so hold on to your chocolate chip. In medical news, an Indiana physician, Caitlin Bernard, and her colleague, Amy Caldwell, has filed a lawsuit against Attorney General Todd Rokita, accusing Rokita of using frivolous consumer complaints to issue subpoenas for confidential and sensitive medical records. It is reported that the consumer complaints were from people who were not patients of the prospective practices. The OBGYN has garnered much attention this past summer for performing an abortion procedure on a 10-year-old rape victim from Ohio, who had the procedure done in Indiana since Ohio's laws prevented her from getting the procedure in her home state, after the detection of heart activity from a fetus or after 6 weeks of pregnancy. Another complaint from Ohio residents accuses Bernard of giving Ohio a bad image after appearing on television talking about the 10-year-old victim in ways that seem to harm people that hold a pro-life position. Ukrainian forces are met with a surprise as Russian military signals a retreat from Kherson, a key city. With an order to press forward, the Ukrainian military is a bit confused, but relieved to see a cut from Team Red. Not everything is so cut and dry, however, as there seems to be a small amount of Russian equipment found within the city. Taking back Kherson remains a priority for the Ukrainian forces, as doing so will only increase their odds to re-establish grounds of communication with Crimea. Here's to hoping things work out for their favor. Speaking of favors, we would really appreciate it if you did us a favor of liking, commenting, and subscribing. Make sure to wake up next time because we'll see you guys at noon tomorrow. Stay in place while we fade you out.